Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Erica with Memory Box Candle Co. and I make videos all about making and selling candles. And to be 100% honest with you guys, I had no idea what kind of video I wanted to film today. I knew that I wanted to film today because my dog is staying the whole day, and he's actually staying the night at my dad's house today, and my boyfriend is going to be gone until later this evening. So I have the whole day to really work on work stuff, and I knew that I wanted to film a video, but to be honest with you guys, sometimes I just get this weird brain fog and I don't know what kind of videos that I want to make for that particular day. I have a whole list in my phone of different video ideas that I will end up doing, but I really kind of have to be excited and in the mood to talk about those topics for me to really just kind of really get my energy towards that topic and be excited to film it, because I want to be excited to film about the topics that I'm doing. So today's video, completely impromptu, did not plan it, obviously. So I am just gonna show you guys what I'm currently doing. And that's going to be a medley of different things. I made some candles and some wax melts earlier this morning. So I have to label those, put them on my shelf, and then put it into inventory. And I also, which is probably what I'm gonna do first, I have to clean up my candle studio area because it's a disaster, because I am a disorganized person, and it's very hard for me to organize things and keep things tidy. I don't know what that means in life. I just do the best I can. So I like to go through and clean everything up as best as I can every once in a while, and kind of make things look a little bit nicer. So I'm gonna go through and do that. I also wanted to show you guys a cool little shrink wrap thing that I found on Uline, and it's to put a little band around my room sprays so that my first thought process was to make it to where it wouldn't leak during transit, to try to have that extra pressure on it, and if it does start to leak, it wouldn't get all over the place. And also, I feel like it just makes it look a little bit more professional. And I had posted a photo and a video on that on my Instagram earlier today, and I had somebody reach out to me and they're like, oh my gosh, when you do wholesale, that's going to make it look so much more professional, and I completely agree. So without further ado, I will end my rant here of what's on my mind and go through, clean up everything, and just kind of show you guys what I do for today. All right, guys, so I'm all done cleaning everything up. I did kind of a half-assed job, but that's okay. I wanted to make sure that I could film this part of the video before I have to go into more house cleaning mode of, preparing for dinner and all that kind of stuff. So what I'm going to be doing is basically just I got to trim the wicks, and I also have to label all of these. So I will probably just have a little conversation with you guys through part of this. I have just 2 sets of these. So I have 9 wax melts, 9 of these 6-ounce candles that I make. These are 8-ounce tins, but they are 6-ounce candles. And these ones are Safe Haven candles, and then the ones over there are Saturday morning cartoons. So I'm just gonna go through and untwist these. And I know I will always get questions on these custom wick holders. Let me see if I can get these in front of the camera. Yep, just like that. And these fit perfectly on the 8-ounce little tins. And I get these from a custom Etsy shop. So I will leave that in the description box below. I always send you guys over to his Etsy shop. I've kind of talked to him more recently, and business is doing really well. So I love to support anybody else that is having a small business and who also wants to help candle makers as well, because I feel like this kind of business is really cool. Like, I wish I knew how to do all that, but he's able to kind of go on there and design everything and kind of do like custom designs and all that kind of stuff. So it's really cool. And of course, like, you know, I really want, my thoughts on supporting small businesses have completely just increased ever since I started doing all this. I think I've talked about this before in the past, but I used to be so cheap. Like, I'm not even joking, you guys. I was so cheap when I was younger, and I would never spend this kind of money on candles or anything like that. Like, I would look to try to find the cheapest option available. But I've learned more how important it is to support small businesses, because obviously, you know, people are trying to make a living. People are trying to live out their dream and, you know, stay home or quit their jobs and stuff like that. And I am so fortunate enough to say that I have been able to make that happen. So if I can help anybody else, I absolutely can. And that's also why I love to share with you guys the suppliers where I get everything, like 1617, because she is definitely one of my favorite suppliers out there. She's the one with all like the really pretty vessels and stuff like that. I actually was gonna do a video on that today, but I decided against it. I decided to do more of just a random video of what I needed to get done instead of a more structured video. But I still need to make a video on these really cute glasses. These are the Flawless glasses, and I have ideas for this on adding this to my candle line, so actually selling candles in that vessel. And I really want to do a wine inspired line, and that's really funny coming from me because I don't drink. So it's kind of funny to think about doing that, although I think it would be really cute. And I live in an area in the country where there are tons of wineries. So I just have all these ideas of, you know, creating a really cute, you know, wine inspired or winery inspired or whatever it would be line, and to sell it to the wineries. But again, these are just ideas, and I know that you guys probably understand the whole concept of, you know, you have all these ideas in your head, and the hardest part is actually executing them. It's never the hard part to have the idea. The hardest part is always to actually put it into reality. All right, so I went ahead and I printed out everything I need to for the tins and for the wax melts, but I wanted to show you guys this. So I got this custom made from a supplier from Alibaba. I'm gonna see if it's actually going to focus on camera. So Memory Box Candle Co. It's on the little side right here, and they are matte black, and I think they are so cute. I got these made months ago, but I never actually went through with a full order just because I'm already spending so much money on so many other things. But eventually I want to make a video for you guys on how I actually go about ordering, finding suppliers, that whole situation, because I have a feeling that sooner than later I'm actually going to have to get most of my supplies from Alibaba, because I don't know, you guys know the supplier crisis and situation right now. I've been getting so many comments, questions, concerns, all that kind of stuff with the current situation with suppliers. So I just want to, you know, kind of have other options, be able to get things in larger bulk quantities, and have more options when it comes to customization. So for instance, for the matte black jars that I have, I would love it if I could get a matte black jar that had a wider diameter. So I would love for it to be 3.5 or 3.75 inches for the diameter. That would be perfect for me, and still have it be like, you know, 10, 11 ounce candles, something like that. But that is definitely a goal of mine, and something, sorry, my printer is trying to clean itself right now. A goal of mine and something that I really want to make happen. But again, it just costs a lot of money. So as much as I would love to get more of these cute little custom wick trimmers, it's just not a priority right now. So something that I always do when I am labeling my tins is I always want to make sure that the label is going to be aligned with the 2 wicks that I have inside of my 10 candle. So I try to have it aligned right here. And what I do is I'll actually line it up this way so I know where to actually put the label. So if this is facing the right way, then I know where the next label needs to go that's going to be on the side of it, and I'm going to put it right there. So that's what I'm going to do with all of these, is just kind of align it up and make sure that I know where to put the labels. And by the way, all of my labels are from Online Labels, and I print them out myself at home. So I always get questions on these, and all the sizes and everything will be in the description box below. But just in case I forget, like I always seem to forget, these labels, which I will show you right now as I put these on, these labels right here are 1.25 inch by 3.75 inch. And they are these labels right here. And then the labels on top are 2.5 inch circles. These ones for the wax melts are 2.83 inches by 2.2 inches. And I've been using these for the longest time. So here's a random topic, but it just kind of came to my mind to discuss as I'm doing this right now. But I am currently trying to get back into budgeting, budgeting for, you know, household stuff, savings, you know, budgeting groceries, just budgeting in general. And I really want to be able to take that into my business, so budgeting for business stuff, and just kind of understanding finances a little bit more. Right when my boyfriend and I had moved out into my apartment, that whole year prior, we were actually very much on kind of like the Dave Ramsey plan, and we got a lot of stuff paid off. We got my motorcycle paid off, we got my car paid off, and we were kind of just on this, you know, kick of saving and budgeting. And then we moved out into our apartment and we kept it going for a while, and then we kind of just, you know, fell off a little bit. And I really want to get back onto it, because if we are wanting to eventually get a house in the near future, definitely saving is going to be something we will very much be needing to do. So I really want to kind of get back into it right now, just so we can be a lot more prepared when we are moving into a house, because the housing market right now is insane. And I know it's going to be a lot more pricier than what we're currently spending on our apartment. So I would rather get back into the habit sooner rather than later. And I like doing budgeting stuff. I like thinking about what money is coming in and what is going out and how much money we have left over for certain things, and, you know, trying to just be conscious of it. And I just really want to get to a point where we feel comfortable enough moving out, and that it probably won't be as scary as we think it will be, because when we had first moved out into our apartment, oh my gosh, it was the scariest thing ever. I remember feeling like we had held off for so long to move out on our own, because it just seemed like it was going to be so scary, and what if we weren't able to do it? And then we moved out, and we realized really quickly that we probably could have moved out a lot sooner than we did. So I do regret that, and I have a feeling that this might end up being a very similar situation. Although I know that having a house is definitely more expensive, not just price-wise just for the rent, but also for the utilities and any other fees that might come into play when it comes to renting a house that I don't even necessarily know yet. Also, I am currently putting warning labels on all of my wax melts, and these are the warning labels that I sell on my second Etsy shop, where you can get the little template and you can edit it and add in all of your personal information, your social media, city, state, zip code, all that kind of stuff that you want to add on, just to make it a little bit more personal for your brand, for your warning sticker. But my second Etsy shop is always linked in the description box below of all of my videos. So I know that was kind of random, but I do like to talk about some personal lifestyle stuff on my channel too, not always just candles. And for those of you that have been around for a while now, you guys probably know that I like to just throw in some of my personal thoughts here and there, and that is definitely weighing on my mind a lot lately, of just, you know, figuring out finances, budgeting, and how we are going to afford and make it work when we move on to the next phase in life of getting a house. And again, I think I talked about it in my recent Q&A video, but I would love to buy a house. Like we've always talked about buying a house, but in terms of how much money we will need to put down, we're just not ready for that yet. So our dog Brody needs a bigger space to run around. I need a bigger space to do all of this. And it just kind of seems like the right time to look into doing that within the next year or so. And sometimes I'm hard on myself, because I will take a step back and I'll look at myself and I'll be like, Erica, when you think about the past, when I think back on 4 or 5 years ago, there was nothing else my boyfriend and I wanted more than to actually move out on our own and get out of my parents' house. And now when I think about what I want, it's like more and more. Like I'm constantly thinking about wanting more, and I have to take a step back, and I'm like, am I being ungrateful for what I currently have? Or am I just taking the next step in life and just progressing? And I like to think about it as I'm just taking the next step to progress in life. But I do also have to still be thankful for what we have right now. The apartment that we have, and all that we've been able to grow together and build together, and, you know, still be thankful for all of that, because I feel like sometimes we can get ahead of ourselves and constantly just be thinking about what we don't have versus what we do have. So I don't know, sometimes I fall into that of, you know, am I just being greedy, or am I actually just, you know, going through a normal process in life of just wanting to grow and expand and, you know, strive for something more, because I don't want to ever be stagnant somewhere. I always want to just, you know, keep going, keep growing. All right, guys, so I just finished up labeling all of my candles and my wax melts, and I am almost done with today's vlog, but I did want to show you guys one last thing that I talked about earlier in this video, and that is the little shrink bands that I got from Uline. So this is what it looks like, and these are what it looks like. So it's a little piece of plastic, and what I do to put it on my room spray is I just open it up, because otherwise it's going to be kind of stuck together where the perforated part is. And there was a black shrink band that I got initially, but I realized that there was no perforation, and I was kind of thinking, you know, is the customer gonna have trouble opening up their room sprays? So I just wanted to make it as easy as possible. So I found out that Uline has ones with perforation. So what I do is I take it and I put it onto the neck of the room spray. And what I had to do was actually measure the neck, so the whitest part right here, and I got about 1 inch. And there was a size of 1 inch to 1 1/4 inch, so I ended up getting that. And the size of this right here, so the width of it, is about 1 inch. So that's just kind of, you know, sizing for you guys in case you're interested. And then all you do is take a heat gun. I feel like you might be able to also use a hair dryer. I'm not too sure, but I use a heat gun, and you put it up to it and it will shrink it together. So let me see if I can get a close-up of this for you guys. And now it has a little perforated edge for the customer to actually open up the room spray without having too much trouble. And I just think it looks so much more professional like this, actually packaged up, and hopefully to prevent any leaking in case there is at all during transit. But I think I'm gonna end today's video right here. The sun is going down, so I feel like the quality of the video is probably a little bit more dark. But I really hope you guys enjoyed today's little random studio vlog that I decided to film. If you guys like these kind of videos, make sure to leave this video a thumbs up, as well as subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And don't forget to follow me over on Instagram at MemoryBoxCandoCo. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.